once my computer kind of loads, we are going to get started with the unit circle. Maybe I just need to go back here. Here we go. All right. So this is the dreaded unit circle. Just kidding. It's really not that bad. In fact, if you've watched some of the other videos or learned some of the other lessons, you'll kind of see where I'm coming from with a lot of this stuff. Mainly because all it deals with is 45-degree angles and 30, 60 degree angles, as well as the 90-degree ones for each quarter. So kind of get started here. We're going to fill in, first off, all of the degrees. So we'll start. This is 0. This is 30, 45, 60, 90, 120, 135, 150, 180, 210, 225, 240, 270, 300, 315, 330, and 360. Okay. So if we were doing that in radians, okay, remember that if you ever want to switch something from degrees to radians, it's just pi over 180. So like in this case, this would be pi over 4. Or if you were doing 30, pi over 180, you're going to end up with pi over 6. Or 60, pi over 180, that's pi over 3. 90, just kind of showing you where I get some of these, I'll at least just for the first quadrant. So that's pi over 2. So we're going to start with 0 pi, or just 0, and then we'll go pi over 6, pi over 4, pi over 3, and pi over 2. And then I want to show you kind of a trick here. I'm going to start with the 45s. Okay, 45s are the middle ones. So think of it as pi over 4. Pi over 2 is 2 pi over 4. So this is 3 pi over 4. Then down here, this would be 4 pi over 4, which is pi. Then 5 pi over 4. 6 pi over 4, which is 3 pi over 2. And then 7 pi over 4. And that's all of my pi over 4s. Then I've got pi over 6. So pi over 6, and then 3 pi over 6. That's really, or pi over 3. That's really 2 pi over 6. So if I keep going just by pi over 6 with all of the other ones that I kind of have, this is pi over 6, 2 pi over 6, 3 pi over 6, 4 pi over 6, which is 2 pi over 3, 5 pi over 6, 6 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, 8 pi over 6, which is 4 pi over 3, 9 pi over 6, which is 3 pi over 2, 10 pi over 6, which is 5 pi over 3, 11 pi over 6, and then 12 pi over 6, which is 2 pi. All right, so what we talked about was special triangles. And I'll just do 45, 45. It's both the same. It's kind of nice. Remember we said that this is 1. This is square root 2 over 2. This is square root 2 over 2. So my coordinate point is square root 2 over 2, square root 2 over 2. I'm going to start with that first. Okay. This is cosine. This is sine. So So if I'm looking, let me just look at 45. I'll get to the other ones here in a little bit. 45, the square root of 2 over 2, square root 2 over 2. Cosine is always, like if I'm looking at this, cosine is going to be my x, sine is going to be my y. So over here, my x is negative square root 2 over 2, and then positive square root 2 over 2. Down here, these are both negative square root 2 over 2. I'm also in the third quadrant where everything's negative. And then over here, my first square root 2 over 2, and then negative square root 2 over 2. Okay. So then we're going with 30-degree angle. We go with the 30. Okay. If this is 1, this is going to be 1/2. This is going to be square root 3 over 2. So that means that my first point is square root of 3 over 2, comma 1/2. So square root 3 over 2, comma 1/2. Negative square root 3 over 2, comma 1/2. Negative square root 3 over 2, negative 1/2. Square root 3 over 2, negative 1/2. And then 60. 60 is literally the same thing. Okay, so this is going to be 1/2 square root 3 over 2, which means that I'm going to have now, they're just going to switch places. Half square root 3 over 2, negative 1/2 square root 3 over 2. Notice in my second quadrant, all my x values are negative. Might be something to memorize. Just like in here, third quadrant, everything is negative. In the fourth quadrant, all my y's are negative. All right, so the zeros. Okay. I'm going out 1, and I'm going up none. I'm going out none. Remember, it's an x value, but I'm going up 1. I'm going out negative 1, down and up nothing. And then here I'm going out left and right nothing. I'm going down negative 1. That is my unit circle.